So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for taking the time out of your very busy schedules and a very, very busy and exciting show to come here to the Accelerate Theatre. My name's Al Turner. Me and a colleague, Adam Parry, we've been involved in the curation of this theatre over the last 3 days. And what I thought I'd do is, before I introduce Nicola, is I just set some of the context to it, which is, if you've been to the theatre before, you're going to hear it again. But essentially, this is all about tech for good, yeah? So tech for the good of events, but tech for the good of the world. And what we've tried to do is curate some seminars, some education, some interest that will all be available over post-show on demand on YouTube. So by all means, if you haven't seen any of these sessions before or yesterday, or you're not available to come tomorrow, grab those sessions, because hopefully that will tell the whole story of what we're trying to do here. We've split the days between now, near, and next. Yesterday was now, which is some of the tech that's affecting us as we speak. Near is today, which is all about sort of the next year or so and what's kind of emerging. And we're going to have some fun tomorrow, because that's all about next, all the strange, weird, and funky stuff that's going to happen to event tech world over the long-term future. So by all means, if you can, come and have a look at the show, have a look at the content. If you can't, obviously it's on demand afterwards. So now I've given you all of that, my preamble is complete, and I'd like to welcome Nicola to the stage. She's from Tag Digital. She's got a great presentation that I think you'll find really, really enlightening. So Nicola, why don't you come to the stage, and we will all give you a warm ripple of welcome, because you at the very least deserve it.
Thank you. Yes. Hi, everyone. And yeah, I am Nicola, the head of growth at Tag Digital. So today's session is on digital trends and innovations going into marketing for 2023. So some reference in terms of Tag Digital, where I work, is we support event organizers by running digital marketing campaigns to help them with objectives such as visitor registration, exhibitor leads, sponsorship, anything along those lines. So this session is going to deep dive a bit into the innovations and strategies that everyone who does event marketing should be adopting going into 2023. And I think the theme of this session really is to reimagine what's possible. And when it comes to digital marketing, it's opening our minds and thinking outside of our marketing boxes when we're going into it. So, yeah. So to start off with, I think the question is, what does good look like? And when it comes to digital marketing, this is a very vague question, but I probably get asked it about twice a week by clients. When it comes to digital marketing, it can be a new concept to some people, or it can be a comfortable concept. So it's going down the route of all agencies do it differently. So there's obviously different strategies, but when it comes to our strategy at Tag Digital, our main focus is always on the results at the end of the day. So digital marketing is really the only channel from marketing that you can see your exact spend, you can see your results, your ROI, which is why I do think it's the channel you should be focusing on the most within your marketing. But then again, I am slightly biased towards the platforms. So to kick off by pulling in the theme and looking at some of the trends to first address what is possible when it comes to digital marketing. So at Tag Digital, we run campaigns exclusively for event organizers. So this allows us to really understand what works and what doesn't, and what you should be expecting from your campaigns when you're investing within digital campaigns. So you can see the results behind me here. So for in-person events, around 30 to 35% of your overall registration should be coming from your digital marketing campaigns. If you're running virtual events, it should be higher than that, around about 40 to 50% of all your results should be coming from your digital campaigns. And then for exhibitor campaigns, so lead gen campaigns, you should be expecting around about a 200% ROI. So it's really important when you're running exhibitor lead campaigns that you know what your conversion rate to sale is, and then you also know what your average order value is, so you can attribute that all back to your cost per lead at the end of the day. So to deep dive into the question that, again, we always get asked is, how do my results compare to those within the industry? Everyone wants to know what their competitors' results are, how they're doing within the industry. And at Tag, we work in about 2,000 events every year, which means we have around about 100,000 campaigns to be able to benchmark the data. And we arrive at all of these benchmarks to be able to test ourselves and all of our clients to keep performing better. So I'm going to show you a few insights from this year's benchmarking report. It is one of our top sellers, so if you ask me nicely, I'll give you the whole thing afterwards. So, as you can see here, we run multiple objective campaigns. So from free registration, paid ticket events, sponsors, exhibitors, everything's in there down to award entries. So our main focus with our campaigns is, with your budget, how many conversions will you be able to achieve, and what is the cost per conversion at the end of the day that you should be expecting? So cost per acquisition is normally our most driving factor at TAG because it's the one key element that makes you understand what your ROI is at the end of the day. So here you can see cost per acquisitions per different objectives here. For reference, this is data globally. Our report does go into different geos, but this is global statistics at this side. And you can see here the difference, for example, the cost for a free registration compared to a paid delegate ticket. So it helps you understand how much budget you'll need if you're running digital campaigns. And this one, you can see the almighty industry breakdown. So all these industries are broken into segments that we use at TAG because there's just so many industries within events that we need some way to categorize them. So this is how we do it. So really good information to show you the average CPAs globally when it comes to free visitor registration. That's everything that you can see here in terms of statistics. So you can see here, for example, how much it varies across different industries. So for example, here you can see interior design CPAs around $2.38. Transport logistics is around $24, and you can see the gifts and household premium one, which is up at $41. So taking in that of what industry you're in, you can't compare results per campaign if they lie across different industries, just because every industry has different competition levels when it comes to digital marketing campaigns. So you need to keep that in mind. Again, this is just really brief insights into our report. Our report goes into much more detail in terms of other KPIs and geos. But now on to the innovations and strategies. So there's a lot of innovations that are constantly coming out from all the platforms. Google, Meta, TikTok, they're all releasing innovations every day. So it's important, and at TAG, we go through all the different strategies, all the different betas that are released to really understand what should we be doing today compared to later down the line. So I'm going to focus on the things that I think event marketers should be implementing within 2023. But firstly, I like to touch upon the thing that I think is most important, and it's to do with your creative assets. So creative assets that we use on the platform are constantly evolving, so we need to evolve with it. So I'm going to put the question out there. What is your most important creative asset when it comes to your marketing? Anyone wants to shout out? Anyone? No? Normally, people will say images, standard banners, video. These are the main things that most event organizers will hold on to in terms of creative assets. But this question ties into my first strategy, and it's video should be your most important creative asset that you're focusing on going into 2023. And I'm sure many of you have heard that, either from a marketing agency, from your own marketing teams, or any of our clients hear it from us all the time. But video marketing is so important, it's at the point where it can no longer be ignored. So Google came out and said at the end of this year, 82% of all of their consumer and business traffic will be coming through video. And through our own campaigns, we're also seeing the same results through video. So click-through rates for video are 75% higher over a single image for PPC campaigns. And the cost per click is about 7% lower for a video compared to a single image. So implement video today and you're saving costs. So one way to tie this in and to focus more on video is to implement a full video funnel structure into your campaigns. We structure all of our search and social campaigns in line with the marketing funnel. So it only makes sense that you're doing the exact same when it comes to your video content. We often have organizers who have one really great promo video for the event, which is a great asset to have, but we need to move away from thinking this one video matches everyone within this marketing funnel, because it doesn't. So for example, here you have people that are in the awareness phase. So that's people who are in your sector, but not necessarily looking for an event. So here you need to think about a video that answers the question of what is your event? And then people that are in the consideration phase, so that's people that are looking for an event but haven't chosen yours yet. And this is where you need a very strong video at this point, really highlighting your extended USPs. Think about testimonial videos, interviews with exhibitors, visitors. Really bombard them with your USPs on why they should come to your event. And then bottom of the funnel is normally a bit more applicable to free events, and it's having that ad there that encourages people who have registered to actually turn up on the day, because the event's free. What's enticing them to actually turn up at the end of the day? So here normally we add in a really quick 6-second video, which is just to create FOMO at the end of the day. So I know that's quite a lot to think about when it comes to video assets, but there's so many tools out there to help you with the editing and different video creation. At Tag, we've actually created our own video marketing team because we know how important it is. So down that line. And then the second element that I want to touch upon is around social platforms, and it's really about adopting the new social platforms and innovations that the social platforms are bringing out today. So the first one, and I'm sure event organizers are quite hesitant around it, but it really is about TikTok. And I don't know if everyone heard the fact that came out at the end of 2021, but TikTok had more traffic than Google. And that's not just Google search, that's all of Google, including Maps, Gmail. So that's a crazy amount of traffic that TikTok was able to generate. And I do understand amongst event organizers and B2B industry that everyone's still a little bit skeptical about TikTok, but I always like to say, remember when Facebook and Instagram came onto the market? They were consumer first platforms, and now they're one of the biggest drivers for B2B. So TikTok's going to go the exact same way. So its rapid rise really means we're now at the position where we can't ignore TikTok marketing. It's in more than 150 markets on 75 languages, and there's no other app that's on that many mobile devices around the world. So I would say, going back, the main reserves for event organizers around TikTok are around demographics. Is your audience on there? Is your age group on there? Is your industry on there? And I would say, yes, a year back, TikTok was a wild craze amongst the younger generation. But today, they now have demographics, industries from all different sectors. And you can see here behind me, this is TikTok's Insight research tool. And it shows you'll be able to go in and look at different industries, different countries to see how they're interacting with the app. So there's the ability to research if your audience is present, and if they are, 100% implement TikTok into your strategy. I would say one of the main things that people push back on with TikTok is around the creative element of it. Event marketers are normally saying that they don't have time to do it, don't have time to constantly update in terms of TikTok, to re-edit videos that are suitable for TikTok. So I just want to show you this one example from World Art Dubai, which is a campaign that we ran to look at a TikTok example and how it's not too different from what you think. So that is, of course, a longer example just to show you editing, but really with TikTok, it is about smart editing, music that's on trend, that goes behind. It's not too dissimilar from the promo videos that we normally see for other channels, so it's not too much out of your comfort zone. And then an innovation that I love Personally, I am LinkedIn's #1 fan because I do think it is the most powerful B2B marketing tool that's out there. And really, over the last year, it's had huge expansion. We finally have a business manager. For anyone that uses LinkedIn knows that is amazing that it's finally out. But one of the main innovations that I want to talk about that LinkedIn has just rolled out, and it is around great asset for data building and lead generation, and it's LinkedIn document ads. So this now allows you to add your documents directly onto the platform, and your user can now download directly from the platform. So we're taking away those landing pages, taking away those extra forms, and it now means they have the access to do it all on LinkedIn. So this is really changing for data lead generation campaigns. You can now leverage all your content that you have, your case studies, your white papers, post-show reports, everything can go here, and you can decide whether you want to gate this content or if you want to open it out freely. So it's up to you if you want to gather the data here, but it's a really great innovation for your data building strategies, which really everyone should have as their priority this year in terms of data building, and this is a really great way to do it. And on to point number 3, and with quite a strong message around programmatic, that if you're not using programmatic advertising, then you should be. And I'll push that question out to everyone here. Raise of hands, how many people are using programmatic advertising today? 1. Okay, cool. Anyone that's not using it want to give a reason for not using programmatic advertising? I'll go into it because that's point number 3. So yeah, point number 1 is normally that it's too expensive, it's a premium cost. Reason number 2 people don't use it is they don't understand the technology behind it because it is quite advanced. And point number 3 is people have no idea what programmatic advertising is. So anyone that falls into that bucket, I will explain what it is. So programmatic advertising is the automated buying and selling process through an ad inventory, compared to the traditional method where you used to have to reach out to the publisher directly to buy ad space on their website. So this is the automated way of doing it. So it includes different ad spaces such as digital out of home, which are those very large digital billboards. So for example, Times Square in New York is programmatic advertising. But again, so is everything like the bus stops, the digital bus stops that you see, programmatic advertising. Again, it's also online ads, streaming ads, connected TV, voice, like Spotify ads, that's all programmatic advertising. And TV ads, video ads, it really covers a whole spectrum of advertising that we go into there. So it really is on the rise and is one of the most powerful marketing channels to use. In last year, 88% of all of display advertising in the US was all done through programmatic advertising, so a huge reach here. Previously, people are hesitant to use programmatic because they think of the cost that's behind it, and I would say yes, it used to be for the large players within the business.